Okay, so final episode of the whole track day in June summertime test and tune. It's now Tuesday, the 2nd of June. Me and Dave Aarons, as you can see, Dave couldn't get out because I got the gizmo. Let's see how close do we have to get before it'll work. There it goes. Yeah, Dave was staying. He's got a date with his mother in Grand Rapids. Didn't want to drive all the way back to his house and then have to come almost all the way back to the track to meet his mom. So it was nice after Sean Swiss. Hey, Sean and Dad were the last ones to leave. Me and Dave took our time, got things packed up, cleaned up, took showers, found us a little bit of wood. Had a nice little bonfire till about 11:30 last night. Got to bed, got 8 hours of sleep. Woke up to a peaceful, tranquil Grattan Raceway. Just us here, the geese honking in the morning, the whole 9 yards. I got to stop here at the mailbox and put the gizmo in the mailbox on our way out the door. So pretty cool. Little report about the kart. The kart ran fantastic. I mean, I'm so pleased with my judgment that having the Hemingway Yamaha that came on the vintage kart, then purchasing the two engines from the youngster from from South Bend, the Switch racing engines, sold those with the vintage kart instead of selling the Hemingway engine. And we burned that engine down accidentally because the guy that sold us the vintage kart went through the motor, forgot to torque down the cylinder. So after a good run, the cylinder got loose enough to suck air and blow up. We just cleaned up the bottom end. We didn't change the rod, we didn't change the main bearings or nothing. Took the hone to it after measuring, opened it up, fit the piston, the Yamaha piston we bought from CKS, and we've just been running it since then. And I tuned the carburetor down, and she really came to life today. Really came alive. So we're super pleased with how it ran. The little 450 tires on the rear, now having 5-inch 450s, right? All the way around. The car handled like a dream. No more hopping and bouncing through the corners. I still don't fit real well in that car because I'm still a little bit on the fat side compared to the size I was when I set the seat up for that kart. So felt like I was on top of the motor. I mean, I got a really big welt and bruise on the back side of my bicep over here from the engine. So we really need to do something about the engine guard, belt guard. It's not sharp, razor sharp, but it is a straight line on the front side of it, and that's what's hurting our arm. We did put a pad on our arm, and that helped for about the first lap and a half or two. But the G-force really forces you over onto that engine, and it's just not real comfortable. But I went out and did 2 laps, was completely uncomfortable, couldn't see where I was going, didn't like it, didn't feel it. I thought, I'm just gonna quit. I don't need to do this. Decided to take the extra padding I put on the headrest off, put away the old helmet, pulled out the new helmet, and told Bob Cole, come over with 15-20 minutes left in the day and come give me a start, and I'm going to run to the end of the day, whether it hurts or not. And so that's what we did, and the car, I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I stuck it out. The car started to run out of gas. I ran about 8 laps. The last 3 laps, it started for fuel off of the tight corner, turn 9-10. Then it was turn 9-10, turn 1. It'd also do it in turn 5 after the jump. You just had to pedal it a little bit and it'd pick up fuel. And there was fuel in the tank. Again, this is why we test, right? Because we find out something's going on. You need to run the sump tank like all the other hot shoes do, right? The little tank that stays absolutely full. Because it was just having a delivery issue. When it was full of gas, full, it wasn't a problem. As it got down to about an inch and a half left in the tank, it started acting funny. And it did that at Gingerman as well. but it took a lot longer to do it because we had the 2 tanks tied together, so we had more capacity, right? So we learned some things. The clutch, I fixed the clutch. The clutch does not leak a drop. Thanks, John Ritchie, for the extra seals that you sent us and the fiber washers that go underneath the adjuster base. Perfect. Can't be happier with the kart itself, with the putting on the Mickey Mouse little miniature tires, the whole 9 yards. Not being afraid to tweak the carburetor down. We're at 2 turns on the low, about a 1/4 turn on the high, and man, that thing ran like nobody's business. It was we were turning 14,000 revs at the end of the front straightaway, and for a little 100cc Yamaha, that thing was getting it. I was really surprised and a little impressed with the revs that thing made, because up to this point, all the times I've driven that motor on the vintage kart and the kart it's on now, never turned that many revs, never. So I'm super duper happy with that. So happy that we're going to give it the new set of bodywork that it now has earned and deserves. So that's our final report. Heading home. It's 12:34, just after lunchtime, or right during lunchtime here on Tuesday, the 6th of June. Heading on home. Day off. Going to take our time going home. Not really looking forward to going back to racing Roseville, as it's now turning into the hood. Nice, the sanctuary of the racetrack it's food for the soul. It really is. It revitalizes you and renews you, and not only gives you hope, but gives you the understanding that even if people don't believe the way you are, everybody, all 20 of those guys that were there for the same reason. We love playing with our go-karts. We love going fast. We love that piece of sacred ground called Grattan Raceway, and a little tiny piece of God's creation He made so beautiful and enjoyable for us. So with that, Godspeed, God bless. I'm going to get a little gas just so I know I don't have to stop. And it's on like Donkey Kong. We're going to be heading home. We'll see y'all out in the garage next time. God bless. We're praying for you. It'll get better.